Hello, what is up? It's just Cause here today, and I just want to do a video because I was looking at some interest. Okay, lately I've been watching this guy named Slapshoes on YouTube. He makes great content and interesting videos. So I was looking, I was watching. I like some of these videos. The most important race, the sponsorship video. But the one that caught my eye was the 2021 schedule video he did. And I was thinking, what about I make my own 2021 schedule? I did take some of his ideas, and I did put them into the schedule. That's my thought. Let's go. Let's do this thing. 2021, my 2021 NASCAR schedule. Uh, I'm getting notifications. But let's do this thing. Okay. So January 2021 is the off season. Okay. So couple of test sessions. Everything will be fine. But the 7th is of course Super Bowl. Is the I gotta do it this way. The Super Bowl, which I don't know what the Super Bowl is gonna be for this year, so we'll find out. But the next race, though, interesting. So the next race is of course the Busch Clash. Okay. The next race is the Busch Clash. Okay. And we all know that his idea for the Busch Clash, if you watch Slapshoes' video, his idea of the Busch Clash was a 0.4 mile track on the backstretch Daytona. I got a better idea. 2021, we're supposed to be going to our roots in NASCAR, right? Well, why not go back to the roots of NASCAR by doing it at Daytona Beach? Yeah, you might think I'm a little bit crazy. But hey, we wanna go back to the roots, right? We wanna go back to the roots of racing. Daytona Beach, and as you can see, I'm starting it on the 9th instead of like where he had it. I think it was the 14th. So we're starting a little bit early. Season starts a little bit early. But the Busch Clash at Daytona Beach is what the fuck? We're really doing this. The Daytona Beach in the Busch Clash. Next will be Daytona 500 qualifying. The next same day. Or next day on the 10th will be Daytona 500 qualifying. Okay. The next track, though, the next thing is that same night, ARCA Night in America for the ARCA race at Daytona. It's one of the biggest highlights of the year at night on Wednesday. So I thought that would have been interesting. Of course, the duels on Thursday. Friday is your typical truck race. Saturday, your typical Xfinity race. And rounding it up on Valentine's Day, more or less, the Daytona 500. And then we're going to give them a week off. So far, I basically made the schedule for trucks, Xfinity, ARCA, and the Cup Series. I'm going a little bit above and beyond here. So, we're going to give them a week off. to prepare for the West Coast swing. No, the West Coast swing starts ARCA on Thursday at Vegas. Now, he did have an interesting idea. Trucks. I have trucks at Vegas. I usually like Vegas races, especially for the past couple seasons. I've started to love Vegas races. I'm gonna give Vegas a chance. He had the idea of trucks going to the bull ring and Xfinity go to the dirt track. I'm keeping them at Vegas for now for 1 year. Okay. So so we're gonna head into March. We're gonna start off a little bit hot. Irwindale for ARCA. Now, if you guys do not know, ARCA, everybody's been wanting midweek races. As far as I know, everybody has been wanting midweek races. Why not push ARCA as the midweek race? ARCA races are usually great. They're not boring. Okay, I've only seen 1 or 2 boring ARCA races. Okay. Otherwise, ARCA's pretty damn good. Why not push those as midweek races? So that's going to be the idea, is to push ARCA as the midweek race. Trucks will be going to Irwindale, which I feel like short track racing, while Xfinity and Cup go to Sonoma. We'll be going to Sonoma. I did agree with Sonoma being the second track of the West Coast swing, for obvious reasons. I really feel like that Sonoma has been kind of boring for the last couple of years. Like, I haven't seen an entertaining race since Stewart and Hamlin, and that's because they had a good finish. Otherwise, the race was bad. Stages haven't helped anything. 17 was meh. 18 was meh. 19 was just boring. So I don't have any hope for Sonoma. I'm feeling like I'm going to. I'm giving it one more chance if I am the owner of NASCAR. I do anything I want with this schedule. So yeah, I'm using the same criteria as the slap shoot, like I explained earlier. So, Sonoma. I'm keeping it for 1 year, but if I don't see any improvement, there's going to be problems. Okay? Let's start off with the next race, Trucks at Auto Club, Friday. Friday afternoon, and then ARCA will be racing at night there at Auto Club on Friday. Saturday is going to be your typical Xfinity. Sunday is going to be your typical Cup day. 19th, the next ARCA day race at Phoenix, and then the typical night race for Trucks there. So they basically switched from Auto Club. Trucks got the day race at Auto Club on Friday, and then ARCA got night. It's going to flip for Phoenix. ARCA gets day, Truck gets night. Next, of course, Xfinity and Cup will also go to Phoenix that week as well. Now, 26th, we're going to Homestead in the afternoon. No ARCA. ARCA's off that week. Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. I'm going to make them all sort of evening-ish races, like 3. Because, you know, I like to see Homestead at night. I don't want to have a full-on night race. I want some day-to-night aspects. Because day-to-night races have shown very good racing. Like Homestead day-to-night, it's a good race. You don't know when to prepare your car. Bristol starts in the day, ends at night. So, Chart 600 starts in the day, ends at night. It's a fun thing with day-to-night transition races, and you know what? I'm down for it. I'm down for as many as I want. So, of course, next is ARCA. ARCA will be at Milwaukee. This is going to be the first schedule change y'all will see. I picked Milwaukee as the next track after Homestead. Technically, by the criteria, any track that is currently able to race. Well, Milwaukee is still in prime race condition. Okay? It's currently closed due to the pandemic we're going on. So why not return to Milwaukee for all 4 series? A 1-mile length track, kind of similar, well, not, well, maybe kind of similar. Kind of similar to New Hampshire. Has had great Xfinity races in the past. Why not? You know? Okay, so then the next week after will be the 2 Martinsville races for Truck and Cup. Xfinity and ARCA get their week off there. Then after ARCA will be going to Texas. No, he had this idea of a Texas triple, which I'm going to throw that completely out the window. I'm going to completely throw the idea out the window, and there's a reason because of it. It's not a good idea to have so many gimmicks in NASCAR, and I don't like their gimmicky stuff, except for All-Star Race. But I don't like how they do it's the triple truck showdown. Remember the Dash for Cash they also had? Well, for Cup? Remember when Cup had Dash for Cash? Didn't like that. I thought that should stay in Xfinity, which I think Dash for Cash is beast. So on the 2nd, after Texas, I need to look. It's Cup at Dega. Cup will be having 2 Dega dates because, you know, who doesn't love Cup at Dega? Cup at Dega is just so awesome, and it's so fun to watch. Okay, next, Dover for all 4 series. Like I said, I'm pushing ARCA as that main midweek racing. They're going to be on Thursday or Wednesday, sometimes Friday, due to where it falls and everything. I didn't select Xfinity, but okay. And then next, Richmond after Dover. I flipped the Dover and Richmond dates that he had. He had Richmond, then Dover. I flipped them because I'm used to seeing Dover after Dega. So I just thought it was a good idea to put Dover after Dega and then Richmond. You usually see Richmond before Dega, but I like Richmond after Dover better, so Trucks, ARCA, Xfinity, and Cup will be going to Richmond. Okay, then we head into the All-Star. Now, this dude had the idea for the All-Star race to be at the Charlotte Dirt. But I thought it was a good idea. Okay, I like, okay, it's a dirt track, you know, it's the All-Star race. Okay, I'm fine with that. But the thing that I didn't get was why are we qualifying or setting groups up by a drag strip next door and not putting the cars on the racetrack to race it out to get into the All-Star? Doesn't make sense. So I wanted to go with the dirt track, but I got some along with that. Everybody, if you've ever watched Charlotte, you know there's a little bit of something in the infield, right? Right? The All-Star race will be the Charlotte Legends Oval track. Basically, the Legends Oval is basically the infield of Charlotte. You know the infield where it says Charlotte, there's those 2 side roads right there. That's what they use for the Legends Oval. I thought it was a good idea to do that, simply based on, you know, I don't want to, like, yeah, the dirt track idea was good. I didn't like the qualifying times at the drag strip. I thought that was weird. But then next week we're back for the 600. He had Bowman Gray in here, but I have to kind of disagree. I like the Charlotte All-Star race straight after, and then straight after you have the Charlotte races. You have the Xfinity, then Cup for the 600. So I would like to keep that. I would very much love to keep that. Okay, next week all 4 series go to Kansas. I will agree. I think that was the one thing in his video at their All-Star race. He had the Midwest stretch. Now, there's some of it I kept. Kansas is one of them. He also had another one in here that was good, but I'll save that for later. I might be a little biased with that. Okay, next is ARCA. Will be all 4 series at Michigan. ARCA will be kicking it off. Most of the ARCA races are Thursday to Fridays. Some are Wednesdays due to night races, short tracks. Like I said, I'm gonna push ARCA as that midweek race and leave Cup for Sundays and Saturday nights. So, hey, next, Cup at Coda. Yeah, Cup will race Coda on the next race. He had Coda all the way in October as like a road course for the playoffs. Well, no, he didn't have it for the playoffs. Well, technically, it would have been a playoff race if he did, but he said he didn't want the playoffs. I don't know what point system I want, so we'll figure that all out later. So, Cup at Coda, and then next week, ARCA, Trucks, and Xfinity get off while Cup's at Coda. Next week, we're getting all 4 series at Iowa. Now, he had the idea of rotating every year Xfinity and Cup from Knoxville to Iowa. The problem is, this is the biggest problem I have with dirt right now. It kind of like, yeah, we want a dirt race with Cup, but at the same time, it's like, do we really want, like, the Cup cars are not, as far as I know, the Cup cars are not made for it. As far as I know. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, they're not made for dirt, okay? So for right now, we'll just leave it at Iowa, okay? Next week will be the typical 4th of July Daytona races. They will not be at the road course. I want them at the typical oval like tradition. I don't want to go to the road course. I don't want, like, when has NASCAR ever raced at the road course? That's not going back to your roots. Okay? If you're going to stick by tradition, stick by tradition. Okay? If you want to go back to the roots of NASCAR. Next Friday, I think, ARCA day race at Chicagoland on Friday, Trucks at night, and then Xfinity and Cup get their regular Chicagoland dates. After Daytona. Usually it's before Daytona, or the after Daytona. Next, I'm right, we will make a return to Greenville Pickens. Now, I was looking up tracks to put in, and he had Houston, I think, right around this date, and I wasn't a big fan of it. Like you're racing around a stadium that so may or may not work. So, let's go back to our roots. Greenville Pickens Speedway for all 4 series. A short track, which I have researched before. It was according to Wikipedia, that it was the first track race ever televised, not flag to flag, but just televised. So we'll be going to Greensville Pickens Speedway. As far as I know, I looked it up on the internet. It says that it's currently race ready. So let's bring them there. Back to the old racetrack of our roots. Next race will be the Pocono races. ARCA will be Friday, because I'm not going to squeeze 3 races into one day. I'll at least squeeze 2. Trucks will go first on Saturday, then Cup, and then Xfinity will start, and Cup will go after the Xfinity Series. Now, it's going to be interesting. I want to see, because I love this idea. Also, the field's going to be inverted for those races, so I think it's going to be interesting. After Pocono, this is what I'm going to call the weekend in Ohio. Now, we're going to start off Trucks at Eldora, tradition. Trucks at Eldora, we're keeping that. That is in Rossburg, Ohio. I've been there so many times. I love the racetrack. I've been there since the second race, and it's phenomenal how the racetrack in Tony Stewart has been put that facility together for the races. ARCA at Toledo. Now, Toledo is on the schedule for ARCA in real life. Toledo is, of course, up towards the upper part of Ohio. So we'll go to Toledo. Xfinity will be going to Mid-Ohio. And Cup will be going airport racing, like Slap Shoes wanted. And we'll be going to Cleveland, the airport racetrack that IndyCar used to run. If you want more description on that, you can go watch the video. Next up after, we got Gateway for all 4 series. Gateway for all 4 series, like it is for him. Same date that he had it, kinda, sorta. So we'll go there. Next 3 dates, if I'm correct here, will be Watkins for ARCA Friday, Xfinity Saturday, and Cup Sunday at Watkins Glen. I love that road course every time they race there, so I think it's going to be good. Good to have 3 series there, one on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Next will be the typical Bristol races. Xfinity Truck and ARCA will be racing at Bristol Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Bristol keeps its traditional date. Right there. Next race, 4 series. ARCA will be going the Bowman Gray. This is where the schedule is going to get a little bit topsy-turvy here. Or I think the next 2 weeks will be going, they'll be going to different racetracks. ARCA will be at Bowman Gray, while Trucks will be at Rockingham. Xfinity will be at Road America for that weekend, and Cup will be at Rockingham with the Trucks. Now, the reason why Xfinity doesn't get a Rockingham date, or ARCA, is because, well, one, I love Road America. Like I said, I'm a road course guy. I like road courses. I wanted to put Bowman Gray somewhere on the schedule as well. That's why ARCA's not going to Rockingham. Xfinity, I love Road America. I didn't want to take it off the schedule. And so I decided to give Road America the date with where Trucks and Cup go to Rockingham. So Trucks at Rockingham on Friday, Xfinity Road America Sunday, Cup Rockingham Sunday. After that, we're in September already. ARCA goes to Salem. Salem Raceway. I don't know where it is. I heard it was on the regular ARCA schedule, so I decided to just put it on there. And then Trucks make a return to Darlington Xfinity, and then the Xfinity and Cup dates for Labor Day for Southern 500. Then ARCA goes to IRP. Trucks also do go to IRP. And for Xfinity will be racing the road course. I want to see how Indy road course does for Cup. I mean, not Cup, for Xfinity. I will, for right now, keep Cup at Indy for right now to make somebody happy. But as of right now, I feel like Cup just right now at Indy and Xfinity at the road course. I want to see how the road course goes. Then next week, ARCA and Trucks get a week off. Cup and Xfinity will be at New Hampshire that weekend. As this is a pain in the butt to do. Next, we'll be starting up October. ARCA will be back at Memphis. Now, Memphis is like a smaller. It's kind of like a Richmond, but a little bit bigger. Okay, that's what Memphis is. So all 4 series will be going to Memphis on this date, as I accidentally made October blue, but you know, that those are mistakes that happen. Okay. Cup at Memphis. Then next week, ARCA is going to get a break as all 3 series go to Kentucky. And remember, this is all going to be Sunday time, so it's going to be in the day. Next, 4 series, all 4 series, will be going to Martinsville. Martinsville, I love Martinsville late in the season. Martinsville late in the season is always a good thing, you know, to have and do, you know. So, like I said, I want to keep it. I hope that we get racing back soon. So because we lost Martinsville on the schedule. Well, we didn't lose. Well, yeah, technically we did. Technically we lost Martinsville on the schedule. Our Martinsville will be back for the playoffs, and I hope that we get a Martinsville race somewhere in between the weekdays to catch up. So, yeah. Then all 4 series at Talladega late in the season. Who doesn't, like I said, who doesn't love Talladega? Who doesn't love Talladega? Talladega is one of those races where everything can happen. It's a complete wild card. And then next week, Trucks and ARCA get off for Cup and Xfinity to go to the Roval, which I love the last 2 Roval races. Of course, those are only 2 Roval races. And then we ended off at Atlanta. I do agree with them with Atlanta. Atlanta used to host the finale. I love Atlanta as the finale. So we're going to have Atlanta as the finale. And that is my 2021 Cup schedule for y'all. What do you think? What do you think of it? I also have something I also want to do. If y'all want me to take this whole schedule that I made and run a whole NR 2003 series with it, I would be down to do that. Okay? So, like I said, this is my 2021 Cup schedule. We'll take a last scroll through here. While we're scrolling, thank y'all for watching. This video is inspired by Slap Shoes' 2021 schedule proposal that he did, I think a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. And this is just my idea of it. So thank y'all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Just Cause, signing out. Peace.